Everybody, welcome back. Olgrey here again. It was mentioned that someone wanted to see Black Hawk setup and some of the details about it, some of the basic details. I'm not going into too much depth, not that I know that much about it, but I can share what I do know. First of all, I know a friend of mine had trouble with the mechanics with the Black Hawk. He said he hated it, the Black Hawk, and he eventually got him to play it, and we now play together on like level 35, 36 Black Hawks. But he could never get to grips with the mechanics of it. And with nerf buttons it's quite easy. So I'll give you an update of that. Right, this is how I work mine at the moment. Currently on my first button I have challenge. Obviously to take the damage off some of my compatriots. While you're challenging, it takes 70% damage to everyone other than you. On the second bar, right, the first one I use on this sequence builder. Now the thing is with the Black Hawk, you have to use the least of the good plan, least of the good plan, least of the best plan, and you need the best plan. Now it's counterintuitive in one respect for the nerf button sequence, is that the last of the sequence goes first, the middle one goes in the middle, and the first of the sequence goes last. So it makes it quite easy. I can't really show you on this, but it does work. Believe me, it does work. So currently on that one I have the Skull Thumper, Trip 'em Up, which is obviously the snare, and the basic attack. Now on my second button, well third button, I have Save Me High, which is the big damage and reduces the damage to 80% for incoming magic damage for the next 4 seconds. A shield, it's a shield skill, so I don't use that as much on this currently. I'm using the two-hander, so I normally just fire off the first one of that and then move on to the next one. And on the third skill, which is what I use most of the time now because I'm using the two-hander, is the big one, which is the great weapon. One that reduces weapon skill and one that reduces armour. So I'm hitting with that one first, which reduces their armour, using that one second, which reduces their weapon skill, and then I'm hitting with a big two-hander. I also have a skill there I'm not using at the moment because it requires block. Now in order to block you need the shield. So the middle one of number 3, sorry, and that one I'm not using at the moment. Then I have my knockback and the removes an enchantment, and there's the snare and there's the juggernaut. So that's pretty basic. The buff that I use more often than not is the toughest, which throws out a heal, and believe it or not, I've out-healed quite a few shamans and docs in scenarios where I've done like 50k healing and they've done less than me, and that's on a Black Hawk. So I do use that a lot. I don't tend to use the biggest because that's like a random stat, if I remember rightly. Yeah, randomly steal stats. And that's the other one that I use, the armour, which increases the armour by 495 for all group members within 100 foot. So I use those. Also tactics, I also have 2 sets of tactics that I use. I have the one for the two-hander, which is the crit damage, juggernaut cooldown, so I can chase after people more often, and great weapon, increase parry and damage. And then my number 2 is for my sword and board when I go to open RVR. I don't use a two-hander when I go to open RVR. I only use two-hander in scenarios. In open RVR you tend to be using hold the line a lot, so you need the sword and board on. Alright, switch that back to number 1. It's so easy to switch between them as well. And obviously you can switch to more sets if you want to. I think is it to 5? Yeah, 5 sets. Right, the other thing. Oh, that's mastery abilities. They've switched them, haven't they? I forgot to switch them. Renown.
I'll learn you. Take it to the
Oops.
end. This old war dog has new tricks.
Renown advancement. I explained last time we did the chopper where I get my renown screen from. That's from the Advanced Renown Trainer. There we go. That's that one, which makes it life a lot easier. So currently on this one I'm using the two-hander. I'm putting more into strength, a little bit into Blade Master, and that's it at the moment, I think. Oh no, and I've got 2 into the crit, increasing my crit. Now if I was going to be doing the sword and board and using it more often, then I would obviously be going into the defensive lines. Def Defender, Reflexes and Defender. I'll be going into those 3 more than the other 2. I want to do a little bit of damage while I'm doing scenarios, so that's why I'm doing that at the moment on this character. Right, and for the mastery training, obviously because I'm going on the two-hander line with this character, I've gone down Path of the Brawler, and I've maxed that out at the moment. I haven't taken any of the skills though yet. I need to take some of those. I've not decided what to do yet, that's why I've just maxed it out at the moment, see how we get on with it. And that's really it, armour-wise, using the Devastator gear, which is the medallion gear. Now if I were to use the emblems, I do believe that would give me strength, which would be better for me at the moment. But on this character, I don't have enough at the moment to get the full set, so I'm hanging loose. This is an old character, this is not the current Black Oak that I'm using. I've been messing about on this, seeing what the different things I can do. Alright guys, that's it basically. I think we've covered quite a bit there. I'm not sure what else we can cover on that. You know what my add-ons are. Yeah, we've done the skills, we know what we're doing there I think. Alright guys, well hope you like this. Don't forget, if you do like it, leave a like and subscribe, it will be helpful. And I shall see you all soon. Olgrey signing off.